Okay, it's very interesting. We're coming to Rosh Hashanah. You're going to blow a shofar. 100 kailas. Why? Sisra's mother cried 100 times. Shake it, shakes it. She cried 100 times. We should blow a shofar 100 times. Okay, the Gemara says, we learn Yevava. We don't know what the word means. Trua. Yevava. What's Yevava? Bataya Bev, Em Sisra. So she cried. What is crying? Was she groaning? Was she crying? So we do both. We learn from her, Yevava Bataya Bev. Very nice. But she cried 100 times, so we got to cry Trua 100 times. What's the shaykhs? Sisra's mother. Her husband, her son Sisra, glorious warrior. He was victorious in war. He came home. They made victory parades. She was so proud of him. Now he goes to war. He's not home yet. Where is he? He's looking out the window. Sisra, where are you? He must be getting more spoils. He must be getting more victory. Okay, we'll give him more time. Time goes on. Starts gnawing away at the heart. Something's wrong. Mother's worried already. And he doesn't turn up. He's gone. Ooh, she cries. 100 cries. So what's the message for me? This is mother. She's a mother. I would ask you now at this point. She had a son. History. Such a great warrior. What does she want at this moment of time? He was killed in battle. He didn't come home. Is she... Tell him, what do you mean? He wants so many victories. He has on his repertoire, his resume. He wants so much. He'll go down in history as a great warrior. She's the mother. Warrior. I'd rather have him alive. Home. Oh, does she have charata? What do you mean that he wants so many times? She'll give it all up. She just wants a son. She's such charata. Such regret. Comes Rosh Hashanah, we stand before the Melech Malchei Amlachim, the Baruch Shalom. We start looking back at things we did. Futility, how much time we wasted and spent in Narishkeit. We start looking and thinking. It wakes us up. Shofar is a call, tshuva. We realize where we're going, what we're doing. How did I waste all that? Futile things I'd rather... But the time I did it, I was reveling in it. She was reveling in the glorious son comes home, a victor. But at the end, what's the soif davar? At the end is, it wasn't worth it. I'd rather have my son alive. Then we start thinking, all that time we waste. Look at our accomplishments. But the shofar, it wakes us up. That means we're not lost. If whatever we did was wrong, we could do tshuva. We could do tshuva. It's the greatest matana. Rosh Hashanah, we come back again, wake up again. We could change. Who are we in front of? Not just that. He gave us an opportunity. He gives us tshuva. He gives us, as a loving father, to a son. I'm his son. I'm his son. I'm being, not just a... We have Zeichet Hever. Simcha Bach spoke this week. I'm his son. There's no mishpat. The father's the judge, and he sees his son come to him in court. My son. Of course the son doesn't know his head, but my wayward son's coming back. He's here. He wants to come to the table. Give it to him. He's say from Mendel Kaplan would say, we say, Avidim Malkeinu, cry Rayak Zadi Neinu, Avidim Malkeinu, Kasveinu. No, not Avidim Malkeinu, Kasveinu, say B'chaim Toivim. Avinu! That's the emphasis. You're my father! You're my father, Avinu. Oh, the Baruch says, "Mein Kind, come." We could transform the whole parsha. See, what's Rosh Hashanah? Malchus, making Kodesh Baruch Hu Melech. As a Mordecai, you have to look at B'dal Shor. He goes to the Malach. The person is where his mind is. The person is what he thinks. That's you. That's the real person. Right? Even the Gemara in Bracha says, if a guy was supposed to be getting $1 million this year, destined, he was nixar, and he had a dream. In the dream, he got the $1 million. Oh, says Yaitse, he already had his dream. What do you mean? In your dream, and you have that $1 million, you're so besimcha, hana, you have the hergish. You have to have the $1 million in your hand. You got the hergish already. You're already Yaitse. The person is where his mind is. Now, a person comes Mega Millions. I always say Mega $1 Million tickets. What happens? People go. Many people have this experience. I asked many people, myself included. But you buy the dollar for Mega Millions. What happens right after that? Your mind starts to work. Woo, big time. You're already thinking, what do I do with the millions? I'm going to buy this. Most of us give tremendous money for tzedakah, yeshivas. I'll support every yeshiva. You're reveling in it, giving them all this tzedakah, supporting them, chazik. Right? Now, what happens is, I don't know, but most people don't win the lottery. What happens again next week? They're back again. You go many places, you see, like religious. They're standing in line there, and they're giving the tickets. Some people machmir not to give $1, they give $10 for this one. I want to buy that one. You look at the people over there, it's like a very religious thing. Everyone's very serious about it. They give this one, the other one, as if they're going to win. Like, and it's already marking off. People do this every week. Some people do it every day. I heard one guy's done it already for 30 years every day. So he came out to how much? $30,000 he spent. He could have bought a car. But whatever, what's pshat? Why didn't you give up hope after the 1 week? You didn't get it last week, right? Now, what happens when we hear about possibly Mashiach's coming? People don't like to hear that. But he didn't come last time he spoke about it. It didn't come this time. I don't want to get into that. What do you mean? Yeah, I didn't win last week with Mega Millions. What's Mashiach mean? What's it mean? It means that Kadosh Baruch Hu is going to be Melech at Kol Olam Kulai. Now, I can get excited about that. I can think about that. Last week I didn't win the lottery, but this week I will. I'm going to keep going. Why don't you give up already? And Mashiach's coming. The Mega Millions you're not going to win. But nevertheless, Malchus Hashem is going to be happening. It's going to be taking place. This is what's going to become, and we don't allow our imagination to explore it. What's going to happen when Mashiach comes? Hashem's going to be Melech Kol Olam. Now, anybody that was zeicha to be by the Siyum HaShas, MetLife, 90,000 people singing together. I remember the ecstasy and the hergish. We were singing over there, who? We were giving Nachas Ruach to Kadosh Baruch Hu. Thousands and thousands of Yidden dancing, singing to Kadosh Baruch Hu. What's going to be Mashiach comes? It's going to be ecstasy. We're going to have Hashem as the Melech HaGoylam. You'll be the Beis HaMikdash. Can you imagine the avoid the Beis HaMikdash? She's going to go to Eretz Yisrael now. Most people that come to Eretz Yisrael and leave, they feel terrible. Why am I leaving? You experience Kedusha if you're zeicha to go to the Koisel for Vesikin Minyan. Or 2 o'clock in the morning, you'll see Yerushalmi sitting there, taking Chatzoyus, or there's a shir going on. The aura of the Kedusha, you see Yidden, and you can imagine what the intensity is going to be if we allow imagination to play what's going to be. When Mashiach comes, Hashem's going to be Melech Kol Olam, and I can have my mind be there. I can yearn for that. I can live for that. Hashem's the Melech Kol Olam. A person can be where he is, where his mind is. That's what we want. That's what we aspire to. A person wants Malchus Hashem. That means he can start thinking. So it'll be not just me and you. He'll be the Yid next door. He doesn't know anything about Kadosh Baruch Hu. He'll be in this Klal Yisrael. He's going to be excited. Goyim used to come to the Beis HaMikdash. Amim ha'yikaru. A guy would come to the Beis HaMikdash, says Rashi in Parshas V'zayis HaBracha. What would they do? They became Yidden. They saw what's going on at the Beis HaMikdash. They got so turned on. So imagine what a Yid, how he got turned on. We have to allow that to be our focus. We have to let that to be our machshava. We have to be able to come and understand that. Because Baruch Hu says, oh, you care about my malchus. That's what you want. And you become that person. You become a Yid that's Malchus Hashem. That's what we want. And that's what we yearn for. We aspire to it. And if Chalila Mashiach doesn't come today, he'll come tomorrow, next week. That my life is wanting that. It's aspiring to that. Because Baruch Hu should be Melech Kol Olam. And when we're working for him, he's going to take care of us. When a person thinks, I need this, of course. Hashem said, you're mine. I'm going to give you everything you need. And so we have everything nichlal. Because Baruch Hu is the Melech Kol Olam. What we can gain, we can aspire to. We have such a matana tov Rosh Hashanah that recurs year after year that we can realign ourselves. Reprogram the GPS. I want to get to a final destination. It's such a bracha. It's such a gewaltige schus. And we look back and you see futility, the things we did, but the fact that we can change into tshuva. And the best part about it is, if you do tshuva, so halavai we do tshuva me'ira, to be aware. Unfortunately, we don't get into the ira part. But at least we get into the ava. Tshuva me'ava takes the avera and turns it into a mitzvah. It's unbelievable. Michas Chinuch, Parashas Nasai, he brings the the person, I mean, Shumei Ava can change everything. All the Averis we did become mitzvahs. The fact that we didn't do becomes that we did. A mitzvah of Kavod Shemayim. The ability that's given to us, the opportunity, the privilege that we could be the Bnei Shalom's children and to be a ben, you're a son. We come to the table, the son's different. Hashem loves us, we love him. We realize that that's who we are and that we aspire for his malchus. Bnei Shalom should give us that we should be Nisayresh. Shofar wakes us up, make it the Damim, because Baruch Hu wakes us up, the slumbering, and makes it that should be that our mind sets up. We become who we are, and we recognize that we are here to proclaim because Baruch Hu's malchus. The Bnei Shalom should give Hashem l'melech al kol haaretz. Pumi Hashem echad. It'll be a time of a God's Klal Yisrael should be zoich and b'karim.